This is the story of community living in fear, a government under pressure, and a leaked memo that changed everything. Hello and welcome to TimesXP. I am Driti Atri, and when Julie Ramirez fled Venezuela back in 2016, she was looking for peace. Trinidad and Tobago felt safe, warm, stable, basically a place where she could work as a caregiver and live quietly. But now, almost 10 years later, she says that the same fear she escaped has returned, this time in the form of official documents, police checkpoints, and a state of emergency. Let me quote what she said. "We are scared to even go buy groceries. We just don't know who will be taken next." Let's talk about the whole matter here. Everything has changed when a government memo leaked, ordering authorities to detain all the undocumented foreigners, hold them until deportation, prepare for mass removals. Now, for thousands of Venezuelan migrants living in Trinidad and Tobago, the message is clear. Hide, stay indoors, avoid the police, don't be seen. Families cancel their gatherings, parents stop taking their children to parks. In fact, workers avoided taxis, terrified of random checks. This, my friend, is state of emergency where more police power is there and there is more fear. Trinidad and Tobago has been under a state of emergency since July, giving police extraordinary power. Arrest without warrant, enter homes without permission, conducting the searches over there. In fact, officials say that these powers are meant to stop the criminal networks. Migrants say that the powers felt like a net tightening around their daily lives. A Venezuelan teacher describes being stopped in a taxi. That's right, she said that we thought they were taking us away. Even though my permit expires next month, I panic. We all did. In fact, there is another person, a humanitarian worker. That person also reports that fear has entered everyday routine, a phone call, a walk to work, even a trip to pharmacy. A bar owner, specifically that bar owner that built her life from nothing in Trinidad, now says that I am afraid I'll lose everything. She said that my beauty shop, my home, my bar, everything is in limbo. In fact, the lives are in limbo. As fear rises, another crisis hit migrants like a second wave. Paperwork, permits, renewals, closures. The immigration office in San Fernando temporarily shuts down. Thousands of Venezuelans couldn't renew their documents even if they wanted to. This means just one thing. Their papers are now expiring during a state of emergency while police are doing the sweeps. Now, for old migrants like Julie, the fear is very, very strong. She says returning to Venezuela isn't an option. I oppose the government back home. In fact, militants attacked my cafe. If I go back, they will kill me. She whispers the word, and fear behind them, it was unmistakable. This is geopolitics at its worst right now. Here's another twist. A U.S. Navy destroyer docks in Trinidad. Venezuelan's president, Nicolas Maduro, lashes out. Do not let the U.S. bring a war to the Caribbean. That's what he wrote. In fact, diplomatic tension rises and Venezuelan migrants caught in the middle. Fear that they are going to be used as a political pawns. There's three pressure that is colliding at once. Trinidad and Tobago now faces A. Public demand for security, B. International pressure on human rights, and C. A delicate, fiery relationship with Venezuela, and in the meantime, its own economy quietly depends on migrant labor. Be it restaurants, farmers, bars, construction, caregiving. Remove thousands of Venezuelans overnight and the system will collapse. Now, here experts in Trinidad say that Trinidad still has options. Publish clear rules for permit renewals, give temporary bridging documents, reopen the immigration offices, and ensure legal help at police checkpoint. Target just criminals and not entire communities here. These steps won't erase diplomatic tension, but they can protect thousands of innocent people who are simply trying to live, work, and breathe. For now, everybody is waiting, holding their breath. Julie waits for her document. Another migrant counts the days until her permit expires. Another one watches customers disappear. Another one saves money just in case he needs a lawyer or has to flee again. A leaked memo may be the paper, but the fear it unleashed, it is real, it is raw and deeply human. And today, In Trinidad and Tobago, an entire community is living in suspense, waiting to see whether the help will come or not.